That's crazy. I know it's been a few seconds. I'm probably going to have to edit the tape. Welcome in, everybody. Dang, that must have been at least a cool minute. I didn't even realize my mic wasn't on. Good evening, good evening. Good Saturday evening to everyone. See, I was so busy watching the screen, so it wasn't really too many people in here. So thank God for that. Welcome in, Queen. Welcome in. I just got my 2 new decks. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Wow. That's a big deck right there. Y'all, I was starting to channel and everything. See, I don't be used to this microphone. I just was just talking and realized, oh, snap, the microphone ain't on. Welcome in, everybody. Good vibes. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, right now on Spirit Radio, we have the weekend. This weekend, y'all, is Saturday. Somebody thinking about doing something this weekend? Let me see if I got some lyrics on this song, y'all. By Kenny Lattimore? No, they don't give us any lyrics, but let me see something. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that song. Yeah, hoping we could chill again. Dun, 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 dun. The Weekend by Kenny Lattimore. That's what's playing right now. So it makes me feel like somebody plotting and scheming to do something this weekend, y'all. Be careful. The weekend is not over yet. And see, the energy that's on the table is the energy after I cleaned up from the reading I just did on Bigo. And we have somebody that's in the 2 of Swords energy collective. Let's see if I can get this on point here. See, I know it's the lighting in here that's really bad, but it's good for my eyes, y'all. See, those of y'all that really know me know that my eyes are sensitive now. Let's see, y'all. Hang on. A little better, right? A little better. Not so harsh on my eyes, though. I might be able to wear my shades. Because for real, it's the UV lights, y'all, that it do a lot to my retina. I almost feel like, hey, once upon a time, y'all, for real, I used to wear like the Ray Charles shades, the glaucoma shades, because I needed to protect my eyes on the sides and on the top. So it is a real thing going on with my eyes, y'all. But I feel like that's how I became a seer. My vision became a little altered. It's a whole other story, y'all. But anyway, back to the message. So we have somebody who's at a 2 of Swords energy. And the 2 of Swords is somebody who's at a crossroads. Somebody who could be stuck and stagnant, unable to move. Somebody who could be at a crossroads right now in their life, going through a natural disaster. Thank you very much. It's what I consider my altar. This is a lot of things happen here. You know, a lot of things happen on this table. We also have fast track to success. But as you can see, this person trying to ride on top of the train. Y'all see that? Fast track to success. And see, the story came out in the previous read that we do have a masculine energy, a past energy that knows they could be on that fast track to success if they could just give back to you. But right now, their life is chaotic. There's a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of sudden destruction, upheaval, divine cleanse, emotional storm, tower level shakeup. Like that tower in tarot is somebody's foundation crumbling because it wasn't built on solid ground. That's right. That part. And that's what the journey is all about. It's about knowing your worth, you know, and knowing how to sometimes still pray for your enemies, right? Like knowing, you know, when something's not good for you, you can still wish them the best, you know, and you move on. You go forward. You switch timelines. You know, your purpose has been served in order for someone to learn the lesson. But we see someone that's still trying to jump on this train with you, collective. Okay. Now, I'm about to open up one of the new decks and we gonna get the tea. You know, we know that there's new energy that's coming in the building. Like a lot of us in the collective, you know, might be, you know, talking to somebody new right now and at least starting off as friends. You know, the one thing, you know, you want in a partner is to feel like, you know, that's your best friend, right? I mean, that sounds like a solid foundation to start off being friends, get to know each other, become best friends. That way you can have companionship. Dang, y'all, these boxes be so tight with the cards. Wow. I damn near had to tear the box just to get it out. Oh, well, it's okay. First time ever. They be packing them little boxes, boy. And make it hard to put it back in there. We're almost there, y'all. We in real time. Welcome to Real TV. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have big break. Come through, Holy Spirit. Y'all are ascending. Stud stars. It's a major moment brewing. This could be the launch, the offer, or the shout out that changes everything. Hey, somebody might give you a shout out. And the fact that that person does that could be life changing, right? With this big break energy. I'm curious to see what's behind the card. Unsent text. Wow. Whose energy is this? Y'all know who it is. Somebody who's still thinking about you. And right now on Spirit Radio, we have Little Things by India Irie. It's the Little Things Collective. I think we got some lyrics. No. See, Pandora been snatching off a lot of the lyrics. So, we just got to go off the titles right now. It's the little things. I think somebody's thinking about all the little things that you used to do for them. And they trying to come up with the right message to get back in your energy. We gonna see, collective. When I split the deck, we have numbing out. See, somebody going through something right now for real. They drinking, y'all. They trying to numb out their emotions, which is not really a healthy way of dealing with your feelings. You drink that drink and you already know once you come back down, you still got the same issue. It didn't fix the problem. The problem is still there. It was just a temporary fix, right? You felt tipsy, you felt buzzed or, whatever it is. But once that came down, the problem is still there. They say they've got it under control, but the pattern is starting to show. When life gets heavy, their escape route is always chemical. Damn. See, while this person over here drinking, they thinking about you, collective. And they trying to, it's probably been a little while, right? For some of y'all. Some of y'all, it depends on, where you're at in your timeline. But there's been no contact. There's been no communication for a lot of us in the collective for a period of time. Test results. Uh-oh. Somebody pregnant. The guesswork is over. An answer is coming that will clarify everything or complicate it even more. Ooh. Test results. Hey, it could be any test, right? Somebody could be getting an STD test. It doesn't have to be pregnancy. But the test results are in for somebody. There we go. I think this came out in my last read on Bigo with a whole other deck. That somebody wants to make peace with you. After all the drama and the side eyes, someone's ready to drop the aggression. The energy is shifting from war zone to neutral ground. Y'all see that? Uh-huh. But at the bottom, we got somebody who's going through inner turmoil. See, here's where it starts, right? Them being at that crossroads in that Two of Swords energy, them being left in a stalemate for so long, now possibly doing the work, realizing that they need to do the work because they could have had a hidden agenda. And see, that came out in my last read too. Let's talk about it. When people sell their soul to the devil, that could be a contract with the devil, that they'll be able to harvest your energy and continue feeding the demon. Y'all know when we operate on demon time, now you like an agent of chaos, an agent of confusion. There's a saying, the devil is the author of confusion, right? Now, this person could be doing the work. They could be healing. And that was part of the divine purpose for twins. Some of y'all, I don't know if y'all believe in them. Some people don't even know what a twin flame is. It's a whole lot of concepts, you know, when you start tapping in to this spiritual world. You know, that twin flame, that one soul that was split into two. Can you believe it? A soul, one soul, splits and becomes two. That's a phenomenon, if you ask me. But anyway, you know, this is what's happening. You know, when you have someone that feels like they're your soulmate, someone that feels like now y'all belong together after having a hidden agenda. Bottom of the deck, I can't make it up. Somebody that had a hidden agenda and could have backstabbed you. With that backstab being at the bottom of the deck, wait, let's read some of these because let's see what the inner turmoil says. It says, they may be smiling on the outside, but they're spiraling on the inside, pretending everything's fine has become its own crisis. See, they've been over here pretending that they didn't have all these feelings for you. This is a collective reading. You know what? I really do need to start making that announcement. And sometimes, you know, the story just may not resonate. It's story time. You got to take it how it resonates. And you also have to flip the roles. She can be a he. He can be a she. Okay, sometimes I come in and clarify. But we got to know the rules, right? Now that so many of us are watching tarot, y'all got to take it how it resonates. And it is well, for me, it is a general collective. This person that's in your energy, that's going through this inner turmoil, they've been pretending that they didn't love you, that they didn't have any feelings for you. You know, somebody who could have been heartless and ruthless towards you. Somebody who could have been hot and cold, right? On and off. Y'all know the signs. Now this person is doing the work. Let's see what this says. Growth is happening behind the scenes. Healing patterns, owning truth, and unlearning survival mode. Sometimes you got to unlearn that shit, y'all. You do. Reprogram your brain to think differently. Be open to new ways of thinking. Hidden agenda. Not everyone's motives are obvious. This connection comes with fine print and a hidden clause. This could have been somebody who gave you conditional love that now wants to make peace. After all the drama and side eyes, oh yeah, y'all, we read that already. We read it, but I'll do it again. After all the drama and side eyes, someone's ready to drop the aggression. The energy is shifting from war zone to neutral ground. And we also have the backstabbed at the bottom of the deck. Trust was offered and loyalty was assumed. But beneath the surface, betrayal has been brewing. See, and I can't even lie, I almost kind of feel like this could be the reason why someone is also going through a natural disaster in their life. Because someone could have been in their life with a hidden agenda that betrayed them. And that's what's teaching this person a lesson. Sometimes people got to learn the hard way. They got to go through it and get through it to get it. Somebody went through the same thing they did to you. And that's how they learn. And that could be this natural disaster that's happening in somebody's life right now. Y'all, I got to say my prayer after all of that. We've been channeling this whole time. Holy angels of the white light, my ancestors, my spirit guides, thank you so much for your covering and your protection as I channel these messages for the collective. Anybody known or unknown spirit sending any negative energy my way, return it back to the sender spirit and bind it to them 1,000-fold. So mote it be. In the Most High God's name, we pray. Ashe, Ashe. Collective, this DNA energy, when we split the deck, says birth, lineage, ancestry, family karma, inherited traits, bloodline truth. Somebody could be realizing a bloodline truth right now, collective, as they go through their natural disaster in their life. And that could be always attracting toxicity. People who don't have good intentions. Wow, I just seen that car flip over, y'all. Spirit trying to show us something. Okay, hold on. Let me get the deck together. I just saw it, y'all. It's a huge deck. Lord knows I should have took it, right? I heard my spirit guides tell me. And that sort of thing's been happening. There we go. Wow. We got escort service, y'all. Wow. Hey, they didn't want us to know this. That's why it took me a little minute. Somebody was participating in escort services, huh? Wow. I could have sworn I seen another card. We gonna keep going. The person with the inner turmoil. Trading your services, transactional energy, sexual politics, compromising yourself. At the bottom of the deck, somebody been compromising themselves, collective, and they could have treated you like a transactional, situation, which, didn't necessarily have to be an escort service. But you know how sometimes people say, if you do this for me, then I'll do this for you. Like that's transactional. Like that's conditional. Like when people have conditions, conditional love. You do this for me and I'll give you that, or I'll do that type of an energy. Maybe this is somebody who been trying to fight this Jezebel spirit, is what I heard, collective. Sometimes people do have that Jezebel spirit, and maybe they could have got caught up with an escort. Wow. We got surgery. When I split the deck, it says, whew, here we go. Removal, repair, emotional cutoff, healing procedure, energetic separation. Wow. It's giving the energy of somebody who literally got to go through a healing procedure after being with an escort, or possibly after going through this natural disaster in their life. Somebody is being removed, and that could be the reason why they're going through a natural disaster in their life. Somebody who they may have had to emotionally cut off. Mm, mm, mm. Sounds like somebody really been going through it behind the scenes, collective. Somebody chose to deal with an escort, or they could have been operating in that escort energy. Y'all got to take it how it resonates. Wow. I don't know why Spirit made me shuffle the deck. Probably trying to cleanse that energy. Trying to cleanse that energy. Music at the bottom of the deck. Somebody might be trying to communicate with you through music. Because I don't know if you remember, we seen the energy of the unsent text messages. Somebody that want to talk to you, but they just don't have it in them to send the message. Right now, we have on Spirit Radio happy feelings. See, you give somebody them happy feelings, collective, and this could be somebody that is sending messages to you in lyrics. Maybe they're listening to sound healing. It says record companies, what? Singers and musicians. I don't know why, but I was about to say sinister. Woo, sinisters. That's exactly what was getting ready to come out my mouth. I heard it. Because y'all see I got the magnifying glass. But it says singers. Hey, maybe somebody was dealing with musicians. Other singers, people, in the music business, dealing with record companies. Y'all got to take it how it resonates. Maybe somebody was connected to somebody in the music industry, and y'all know how them people be needing the little females for the videos or you know. Wow. We have the heaven energy coming back out, y'all. It came out in my last read. You are somebody who is connected to your higher self. It's given the earth angel energy, but it was also given the energy of somebody that prayed for you with this answered prayers, elevation, higher self, somebody who you could have been their angel, angelic guidance here in the 3D. But see, they didn't want to connect to you when you were trying to connect with them. Dig up at the bottom of the deck. This card says bones, spilling tea, dirt, info, photos, past exposed, buried secrets. Oh, I see. This is somebody who didn't want you to know that they used to be an escort. That's what this is giving. And maybe they were still operating in that energy, collective. They were still operating out of a lust demon, is what I just heard. They had a lust demon on them. I thought I saw something flip over. I guess not. There we go. Small town energy covering the teacher. Ooh. Lessons, student, knowledge, mentor energy, guidance, spiritual schooling. That was covered by small town. This could be you, collective, a small town, local teacher. A spiritual teacher. Y'all, I had to drink a little bit of water there, excuse me. You could be a small town teacher, but it's also given everybody's gossiping about this now. Local gossip, tight circles, familiar energy, stuck loops, homegrown drama. Was there a lot of homegrown drama when it came to this person? Saying things about you. I just heard trying to discredit you. That was the hidden agenda. Maybe to try to stop you. I'm doing a video, Mom. I'm almost done. Collective. Familiar energy. Maybe you have that kind of energy where you keep a tight circle, or maybe they do. They don't allow people in so easily because it's given, the stuck loop. See, these people, wow, Spirit told me It's like, you know, when people have never really been exposed to, you know, outside of, you know, their communities, and they don't really know much outside of what's in their local environment. So it's given, they've never seen anyone like you, a spiritual teacher, a mentor. These are people who didn't think you were as intelligent. They thought they could play mind games, right? Now, thinking of all the memories they had with you, nostalgic. They could be having flashbacks, the card says, memorabilia, emotional imprint, past surfacing, nostalgic loop. So that's why they want to make peace, because they're thinking about all the things they did to you because they were trying to hide. There you go. I knew I seen it. Now Spirit's telling me to take it with this card. Anonymous threat. Wow. Now see, that DNA card, I think that was at the bottom of the deck, and it says family karma. But see, I heard my spirit guys say, you know, I mean, if they were in the escort business, you know, that was something that was, you know, in their lineage. Like, you know, there's a saying where, you know, sometimes, you know, you come from a family of Jezebels, you know, sometimes you could be born into that. It's in their bloodline. But somehow, I don't know if Spirit is trying to warn you about this person trying to call you and them being the anonymous threat. Like they calling you from unknown numbers with intentions of trying to make peace with you, but they're really not good for you. They're dangerous. Unknown caller, prank, empty threats, spiritual interference, ghost energy, masked energy. This could be somebody who's still wearing that damn mask, collective. Still not really showing you who they really are. Calling you from unknown callers. And we've been hearing the text now. Wow. Still got that memories at the bottom of the deck, y'all. That's deep. Still thinking about making their way to you. I'm curious to see what comes out in the tarot, y'all. But I also got a new tarot deck. So let's see what comes out in the new tarot. Because, you know, the tarot get right to it. Bear with me, y'all. It's a process. Okay, here we go. It's going to say, I need some scissors. Everything is locally positioned, as you can see. I'm curious to see what's at the bottom of the deck for the tarot, y'all. Let's see. Oh, we got two Oh, okay, no. It's one package. Wow, this is giving me the full energy. We got a full energy. Yup. Somebody wants to take a leap of faith, but collective, they a clown. Did y'all see that? Hold on. I gotta open it up. This person is coming in clown energy, collective. You can't do it. Mm-mm. See, this is a brand new deck. We can't make it up. Somebody wants to take a leap of faith towards you still because they trying to ride the train of success with you. But look at their energy, collective. I'm waiting for it to show up on my other device. Here we go. Look at their energy. They definitely got on that mask. This card says, a new exciting relationship, a casual romance, starting a new job, launching a business, a refreshing change at work, impulsive purchases, new financial possibilities. Hey, I can't even lie. Y'all both could be in full energy. See, hey, they didn't want me to say it. Somebody tried to lock me up there. When I split the deck, y'all, we have, this looks like, it says the ace, well, we got the ace of swords, and it says success, attraction to meaningful discussions, open communication, an intellectually stimulating work environment. Think logically. Avoid making financial decisions based on emotions. Ooh. Ace of Swords to the Fool. It's giving me the energy of you having truth and clarity about a fool energy. Uh-huh. Right. Another sign and synchronicity for you to remember when this past person come back trying to take that leap of faith. Think of that. Because they do look crazy. And y'all, somebody just set off a firework, which for me is a confirmation. As I said that, bottom of the deck, y'all, we have the Chariot. Wow. Taking decisive action in love, asserting control over your romantic life, high ambitions, motivation and control in the workplace, determination to achieve financial success. See, as I was looking at this image, I can't even lie to y'all. It makes me feel like this person is trying to come back to you on their chariot, collective. Their chariot, don't that almost look like a little wheelchair? I mean, I'm not trying to, downsize the chariot energy, but this person is trying to come back on their chariot because remember, they trying to ride your success. Here it comes, y'all. There we go. I was waiting for it on my screen. The train of success. They said they could get a fast track on that train. There we go. Y'all see it now. They trying to get that fast track to success with you. So they like, shit, I got to get back to the collective. I don't give a damn. And there it go. Spirit just showed me that energy again as I was saying that. They really trying to come up with the right words to say, y'all. With the unsent text messages. They really thinking right now. They in their head. They trying to figure out how can they get back after they may have spoke so much trash about you, to try to distract people from thinking, y'all had anything going on if they were in this Jezebel energy collective. We're going to keep clarifying with the tarot. There it is. Oh my goodness. I thought it was a lot of cards. It's just two. But we have, let's see, this says compassion. Okay, it almost gives me, I see the cup and I see the crown on the card, but it's not showing if they're a king or a queen. But we just have compassion covered by attraction. Wow. So this is somebody who's hoping that you just might have some compassion for them, because they're still very much so attracted to you. I'll read the cards in just one moment if y'all want to hear what it says. Give me just one moment. I want to see what's at the bottom. We have confrontation. Wow. So this is somebody who possibly feels like if they approach you, it may turn into a confrontation. And this card says conflicts with a partner, a highly competitive work environment, feelings of boredom or frustration, financial instability, disputes over money. Maybe they're currently going through conflicts with their partner and hoping they can sneak over here to you and get some compassion from you. Because remember, you're the earth angel. You were heaven sent. You were supposed to be their angelic guide in 3D, sent from the 5D. Because remember, you're this teacher, this spiritual teacher. So right now, that's them at that crossroads. And we've seen it earlier. Them having to figure out what they want. Being stuck on what to do. Do they send you the text? Do they try to get back in your energy? Well, right now, because I'm just getting started on YouTube, you would have to, of course, send something to the Cash App. I can't post it. I have to tell you guys what it is. But my questions would go for $11.11. $11.11 for a question. But right now I'm not answering questions. This is just a collective read. My information is in the description box below. If you want to set something up, you contact me through my email. All that information is down below, okay? But let me continue. So we have somebody that's still very much attracted to you, collective, but I feel like it's that lust energy. They're lusting for you. Spirit gave me another 2 cards, y'all. The bottom card says truce, covered by defeat. Wow. Somebody's ready to call it truce, collective. They're tired of this separation. They're tired of this no contact. They're tired of being away from you. They know they backstabbed you, but it's because they were operating with a hidden agenda at the time. And that hidden agenda could have been, they might have been trying to get what they could get from you. You know, this is somebody that, remember I said it's conditional. You do this for me and I'll do that for you. This person had that transactional energy. Now, feeling the loss of you in this defeat energy, and because of this loss, they could be forced into doing the work because they want you back. The second energy is them doing the work, right? And that now would be the divine purpose. You being a catalyst for someone's awakening, for someone to get their wings. We got to think of ourselves like divine beings. When you have your wings and you have a halo, you're like an angel having a human experience. You could be a spirit guide having a human experience. You could be an ascended master having a human experience. But on this card, it says angelic guidance. You could have been an angel sent here to guide this person on their journey. And now they're doing the work. We have inspiration at the bottom of the deck. I can't make it up. This person sees you as their inspiration. This is the reason why now they want to do the work. They're tired of operating on demon time, collective. While Spirit is giving me 2 cards for every card, y'all. Have you noticed that? We have achievements energy covered by the world. Now, I am curious to read this world card. Oh, yeah, wow. See, some of these cards have numbers on them, some of them don't. This card has the number 21, which is the world card in tarot, which signifies an ending, a closing of a cycle. Now, with the achievements, this could be your energy. Because remember, we saw the victory. You could be winning right now, experiencing blessings in your life, and having different achievements. But this card says emotional security, professional success, strong reputation, reaching financial milestones, saving and investing wisely, supporting family, enjoying life's luxuries. That's what you're doing. And that could be what people are gossiping about too. You out here winning. And this person done messed up their opportunity to win right along with you because they were out here spreading this gossip, staying in this stuck loop, creating drama, talking they trash, being messy. And we have at the bottom of the deck, y'all, the Hierophant. Oh my goodness. We got the Hierophant energy. Now, y'all know in tarot, the Hierophant for me is somebody that's learned their lesson. But the Hierophant is also the Most High coming in through the cards. We have the divine stepping in, possibly for divine intervention, which is the reason why the cycle closed with this world card energy. Let's read what this world card says. It says, feeling deeply loved and grateful, experiencing a fulfilling romantic life, finding fulfillment in your professional path, achieving a significant financial goal. And we saw that here with the achievements. That world card is covering that. And I believe the achievements are you being acknowledged and recognized as this spiritual teacher. Y'all, my screen is so slow. Someone who has a whole lot of knowledge and you're guiding people. You're teaching. You have students that are actually learning from you right now. And it's because you recognized that this person was operating on demon time when they were in your life. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Did y'all hear that? I haven't had any phone notifications throughout this whole message. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. You have learned your lesson and you were able to acknowledge and identify that this person was on Demon Time Collective. Wow. And they look like they still are. If they over here calling you from fake numbers, y'all see that came out. Look, somebody could be harassing you right now from unknown callers, trying to act like they an anonymous threat because they trying to keep themselves on your mind. They don't want you to forget about them. Y'all, that card flipped out and fell to the floor. And it looks like, wow, it's in the upright and crossing. Wow. This card says intuition. Wow. That's crazy how Spirit showed me that. Because this card looked like that for me. Looked like it was sideways. But that sideways was actually it being in the upright and crossing when it fell to the floor. This is somebody who's probably been trying to affect your intuition. This could be somebody who probably talked a lot of trash about you being intuitive. Because you see, I had to pick it up from the floor. Now you have a fresh outlook on relationships. Hold on, y'all. Let me read it. It says a fresh outlook on relationships, discovering a creative outlet at work, daydreaming about potential career paths, unrealistic financial goals, fantasizing about money. Ooh. In the upright and crossing, I think Spirit is trying to tell you to use your intuition, because this is somebody, if they were transactional, right? And you out here achieving and, getting to the bag and money coming in for you now. This is somebody that Spirit is warning you that they still coming in trying to be on that transactional energy. If they're if they're fantasizing about money, somebody could be fantasizing about money and thinking if they get with you, you could kind of help them, with their career. I mean, mm, yeah, this is somebody that they daydreaming about the possibilities of what they could have had with you. Bottom of the deck, y'all. We almost there. We almost there. Intellectual work. Wow. Now that's your real spiritual gifts coming through with the intellectual work. That's what you do. That career. Maybe this is somebody who has spiritual gifts as well, but they didn't use them for good. They took advantage of their gifts. They used their gifts for their benefit. But see, you out here using your gifts to teach people, to be a spiritual teacher, to be a guide for people. And that's what this is given at the bottom of the deck, y'all. I'm going to read the card. It says, a quiet, reliable, and dedicated partner, commitment in a relationship, dreaming big, pursuing further training, establishing healthy financial habits. So see, we got the contrast of somebody who could have been trying to block your intuition because they want to come in and possibly take advantage of you and your money that you're making or will be making off of these intellectual, spiritual gifts. See, when you do spiritual work, you actually wind up being blessed by the divine to where you don't have to worry about having to struggle anymore, You don't have to worry about being broke, because God gonna provide. The Most High is gonna take care of all of your needs. That's the blessing. This person realizing that they were supposed to be in this spiritual connection with you, they're now realizing, oh, I was supposed to, be receiving a divine inheritance. There was supposed to be some money. I wasn't supposed to be broke and struggling and going without. And that's the reason why they wanted to run back to you, collective, because they want to jump on that train now. Collective, let me get out of here. I've rolled the dice to get a closing energy. We have the number 12. We have the Libra energy in the reverse. And we have Venus energy in the reverse. Wow. This 12 energy is the hangman. And it's giving me the energy of somebody still being stuck on you, but having a change in perspective now. Because remember, this was somebody who had a hidden agenda. They were coming in, I just got to be honest, collective. They came in as a karmic in this lifetime, which is the reason why the world card came out signifying that this cycle has been closed. There's been an ending of this cycle and a new one is beginning. But as that happens, this is how this person learns their lesson. This is how they learn, oh, wow, I really had a purpose with that person and I dogged them out, treated them like shit, only for them to be heaven sent. Spirit sent them to help me from my trifling family bloodline energy. Sometimes that toxic energy is trifling, y'all. It is. You know, when people are operating in that heartless, cold-blooded, ruthless energy, let's just call it out. You don't have no emotions. You heartless. You're cold-blooded. You don't have no feelings. This is somebody who was sent an angel, and it was you. But you call okay, we gonna have to talk about your name, no. I see you in the comments. Thank you for the confirmation. But we got to talk about that name. Anyway, collective, as I close out, you got somebody that's getting a karma with that Libra energy in the reverse. And with that Venus energy in the reverse, there still might be a dark witch in the picture. A dark empress in the picture. Or maybe that's you. Maybe you've turned into your dark empathic energy towards this person. See, and that's another thing. A lot of times, you know, when you have people who are operating in their light, people don't think that they can ever embody dark energy. But what it is when you're a temperance angel, you have a balance of your light and your dark energy. You just choose to operate more in your light when you're a light worker. So I also received that other message that this person who is getting karma, their karma is you turned into a dark empath on them and reflected that dark energy back to them. Somebody who never thought you had it in you now sees that you are just as cold with it, collective. Yo spirituality is gangster. Like you like a spiritual gangster now because you showed them without even really trying to. You just chose you and started loving on yourself and realized your worth. And that was what led you to your spiritual awakening. That's when you realized your worth and who you really were. You staying with this karmic energy would have been you staying on that karmic hamster wheel. But you got off the hamster wheel. You learned your lesson. We seen that with that Hierophant energy. Y'all remember? And that's the reason why this person that's still in your energy, that's still been trying to come up with a text message, but they couldn't find the words to say, so they've been over here calling from the unknown caller. This is where they left, in this nostalgic energy. Them thinking about the past. They're stuck in the past because you left them there. Collective, I'm gonna leave it there. Much love and much light. And if you've made it this far, can you guys subscribe and like the video? I really appreciate it. It's an energy exchange. Lets me know that y'all really been listening and following along. Y'all be good to each other. If you need a reading, my information is down below. Till the next time, love and light, and namaste.